Good evening and welcome to Bent TV. Tonight a new segment called Seahorse. We have Greer and Debra each explaining how Seahorse has helped them on their individual journeys. Then G Factor. Tonight the girls continue their discussions upon relationships. Tonight the subject is social media. And then to conclude tonight we have the Bear Cave with Mark and his guests discussing inclusiveness in the bear community.
Welcome to Bent TV. I'm Greer McGearey. I'm president of Seahorse Club of Victoria and here to talk about Seahorse and its 40th anniversary year. And with me tonight is Debra Green, a member of Standing, to talk about how Seahorse has impacted upon her life and Seahorse in general has impacted upon other members. Welcome, Debra.
Have you agreed today?
Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
What I'd like to do is just tell the audience a little bit about your story and how you came upon Seahorse.
Well, I originate from England, and when I first arrived in Victoria, I'd obviously been cross-dressing in secret, and then I came across an article in one of the magazines locally about this group of people, Seahorse people, and from there I made contact with that advertisement and I joined that club at that time. That was many, many years ago. So prior to that I was just occasionally dressing at home and from then on I had a venue where I could go along and meet with other people in a safe environment.
So the obvious question there is the opportunity to meet with others who were a similar bent to yourself.
Yeah.
What did that do for your self-esteem?
It was, for me, obviously, when I first realised who I was, I thought I was the only person in the world like that. And it wasn't, then later on I realised I wasn't. So to actually then be able to meet with people and go out, that was a great big relief, and it was something I cherished every month when that opportunity came round to go to that meeting and meet up with that group of girls, you know.
When you're going along to a meeting, did you have any expectation of what you would expect to find?
Obviously, the first few times were very nerve-wracking because in those early days as well, the venues kept changing a lot because it was very difficult to find somewhere safe and secure to hold the meeting. But obviously, once you've got used to what to expect, it was more or less a social sort of evening in the early days. It's probably a bit more structured later on, you know, when there were some different things, activities occurred, and people came along for talks and that, just to help people in what they were doing, you know. So,
one of the things that I personally have experienced is that sense of being. Protecting one's confidentiality and privacy. Was that extremely important in your life?
I think so. Obviously in those days it was very, very much something that we protected, and we were so scared that anybody might find out who we were, you know. I think it's changed a little bit these days, and I say that it's changed. Maybe it's changed more for some of us than some of the other girls still coming out, and that's why I think Seahorse is still important. We see the girls that have come out and are out and about, they don't need that protection so much anymore. But there's still a lot of people that are just venturing out and they're not sure who they are and they're very scared about what they're doing. So it provides them with that security and a safe place to go.
What were some of the things that Seahorse provided that you found really useful for yourself?
Probably more than anything, it was just the chance to get out to those venues, to meet with the other girls, as I said. I think, you know, we occasionally had people come along with wigs and makeup and things like that. So that was interesting.
Were you able to, you know, with the numbers of people who were at these meetings, able to establish any strong friendships that helped you?
I did, yeah. I had a friend that I met in very, very early days. Unfortunately, she's not with us anymore. And after that, I had I've still got some friends that are very, very old Seahorse members. So yeah, and we're still very, very good friends. So yeah, I value those friendships very much.
So with going to Seahorse over a number of years, when did you sort of find the courage, as it were, or in finding out about yourself and being able to be more adventurous and challenge the acceptance of people that you might have known?
Yeah, to be quite honest, for myself, most of my, probably many of my years has been a very secretive sort of situation. It's only really been the last couple of years where I've ventured out and decided that I was sick of hiding, and I've seen some of the other girls who have been very brave and have been out and about and found that they don't seem to have any problems with public and so forth, and that really gave me the opportunity and the strength then to carry on. So that's something that I've got from a very new member. Someone who'd hardly ever been out, and all of a sudden she was out doing this stuff, and there's me hiding for 20, 30 years, you know, and I thought, oh, this is ridiculous. So off I went.
Yes, one of the things I personally got out of it was the opportunity to learn to be comfortable with myself, and I think that's I use the term elastic time scale because it varies with everyone, but did you sort of struggle with that, learning to be comfortable with yourself? Did it impact on your other life, you know, your work life and things like that?
It did. It did, and it has, because I did transition last year, and I think I've never been happier in my life. So, and obviously some of those relationships have changed slightly with some of my friends. I've been so surprised. People that I thought wouldn't accept me have accepted me, and there's been only 2 or 3 people who I haven't had too much to do with since I transitioned, so which is a bit sad. But I understand that we're all so different, you know, that not everybody can accept us all as we are.
Yes,
but Seahorse has been, as I said, I still see Seahorse as an important thing from the point of view that you can see that probably the age group in Seahorse is a little bit older than it used to be, but there's still a lot of those girls are still coming out quite later in life, and they still need that protection as they start to venture out, and they need that encouragement and maybe a little bit of help with their appearance and so forth.
Debra, thank you for telling your story and the impact that Seahorse has had upon your life. And I'd like to sort of probably stress in a way that that's what we're about. It's about being above board, providing a safe space, and just letting people learn about themselves and to be comfortable with themselves and enjoy their life. So thank you very much for that. And till we meet again, thank you very much.
Good evening and welcome to the G Factor on Ben TV. Today we're going to be talking about social media. We have Joe, Aramis and myself, Simone, discussing relationships and social media. So what are the do's and don'ts?
The do's, they're all don'ts.
I think you should
Don't put your relationship on Facebook.
Like. No, I don't think you should have a relationship status on there, I don't.
Isn't that corny? When someone pops up with in a relationship with da-da-da. I mean, what is that?
And then what about when you break up? Like everyone knows.
So embarrassing.
You can't just, let it float away or something.
No, it's a status, people.
So don't put it on.
Correct.
So, and so what happens when you have arguments on Facebook with your partner? Passive-aggressive behaviour, block.
It's awful.
Yeah, see, I don't do that.
Facebook blocks are awful.
B for block. They get blocked by me. No doubt about it. Yes.
You shouldn't be putting your relationship on Facebook.
No. And people...
No, but then you've got stalkers, when you first meet someone.
Okay, who hasn't
I think
stalked?
I'm guilty.
I've never stalked
You have
anybody ever. Ever.
You've never Facebook stalked people's
Of
photos?
course I have. I did it this morning.
Who? Too?
Oh,
Not
I can't
me.
say. Oh,
Was it me?
was it you?
So do you like when you see someone is now friends with someone and
Oh.
they're attractive? Do you go and
Jealous face. I
check
get
them
the
out?
Jealous
Yeah,
face.
friend request them. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
I'm
It's
out there.
ways. Spy book. You go in the back door of a friend. Before you know it, you know
Because
everything.
I've noticed when I've gone on to another friend's, they've got some of my friends, and I'm thinking they've just gone and asked them. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's rude. Who do they think
right.
they
There
are?
you
You
go.
can ask.
They ask what? That,
Well, you know when you go on to another friend's friends. No, sorry, you go into your friends' friends list.
Yes.
And you see your friends on there, and they've never met.
Yes, I don't like it.
that's a bit
I
sus.
don't like it. It's,
I don't know, T. Just a whole lot of other things to be jealous about.
look, it's just, yeah, the status thing, the blog, the whole thing. I mean, do we spend too much time on
Yes.
there? Do we? I
Yeah.
mean, how
I
often
have
do you
it-
spend on Facebook? A day?
Okay, so admittedly, the only time I'm on Facebook is when I'm in the toilet.
Oh, really?
Thank you for sharing. Do you wash your phone when you go out?
Wash your phone, wash your...
I don't use
just
my
about
phone
everything.
to wipe my...
It's not
what do you
need
do?
a phone. I'm not going
No, I
to
know
be
that, but
yours.
you
No,
still-
it's just idle
hygiene.
time. I mean, that's the only time that I've got really can allocate time to something as mindless as Facebook.
You know what I do?
I'm multitasking.
Okay.
I have my computer on and doing my work, and I have it collapsed, and I look at it. It's on.
Notice that.
Oh,
When I message you, it's like, boom, you're back.
But I'm on there. It's always on.
Yeah, well, I'm not that.
But I don't check it every 5 minutes. But it's just
Actually,
there.
do you know my pet hate with Facebook is when people have your phone number and they insist on making important, contact with you over Facebook. Hey, I called you the other day. It's like, I don't get it.
Everybody knows I'm the special one with the phone number. Oh, sorry. See, I don't think. Facebook to me is, if you're going to write something, write it on there. I don't filter it.
Oh,
I just
text.
write what I think. She gave me a number and no one else was supposed to have it. And I said...
Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was, people contact you on Facebook as a form of contact instead of calling you
yes.
and
yes,
texting you.
Oh, I see.
So what would you
never
prefer?
use it.
Do you use the phone?
My phone.
Hello, this is Aramis.
But this is how you know how that people are really sitting on
Changed.
Facebook
Yeah.
all the time
Yeah.
because it's their preferred mode of contact now.
It is. It's quite sad. It's like, when's the last time you went out
Oh.
for dinner with somebody and it was just...
And didn't get tagged.
Exactly.
How
Exactly.
often though do you see now at train stations? Not that I catch a train, but at dinner, having coffee, everyone's on their phones. No one's really connecting and having that intimacy anymore.
No, it's...
They're actually.
They're actually like messaging each other across the table on Facebook.
I could be in another room to my
what would you
partner, and I'm
look hot.
I'm emailing her or I'm Skyping her.
Who?
My partner who's
In the
just
bedroom?
study.
No, silly.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Rather than getting
it's
up.
out of control. It's out
Rather
of
than getting
control.
up, it's called lazy.
Lazy Simone.
It's called taking advantage of the system.
Well, just
At
saying.
what point, though, if you were to get off Facebook cold turkey, would that be a problem for you to just disconnect?
Oh
my God.
Unplug.
For
I'm
how-
talking unplug.
Well, you've said that many times that you unplugged, and that's crap. I've seen
Oi!
you online. You actually do not unplug.
She's a
She
closet
makes this
Facebook
dramatic
user.
announcement. I'm leaving town and I'm unplugging for however long.
For 1 day and
Oh,
39
that-
minutes.
I did.
That's so good.
For
You did it
40
for-
minutes
yeah.
it was 40 minutes.
Exactly. And then there's a picture of you on a beach.
I can't help myself. It's a good selfie. The selfies, the selfie syndrome.
Oh, selfies.
Selfie syndrome. It's me.
Well, now they've got the stick. Have you got the stick?
No, I wouldn't dare get a stick. How much are they?
That's $30.
I know, that's just going beyond.
I think it's an
like-
extension of a man's whatever who's actually invented that.
Oh, it's stupid.
I don't think a woman invented the selfie stick.
I mean, how
I
many
think a
ways
woman
could you
did.
change your face?
Really?
Yeah, because you don't want close up. You need like a longer. It's just you can get a better
Need a
picture.
stocking over the camera selfie.
Someone vain invented that, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, clever.
I think this is anyway that we've been.
I've been
Fiddling
looking
with.
at that for some time now, picking it up, feeling it. What is it?
I have no idea.
Doesn't
If
matter.
anyone has the answer to this pressing question,
Let us know.
Let us
It's a
know.
starfish, isn't it, Aaron?
no, that's what she does in bed.
Is
Do you
it?
be starfishing in bed?
Last night's partner. All right.
Bite your tongue.
It's not a starfish. If anybody knows, let us know.
Do you break up with someone
Oh, via text. Or
via text,
message,
Facebook or email?
SMS.
No.
No, I don't think so. That's really, I think that's inappropriate. You
Many
wouldn't
people
it.
do.
Have you done it?
Yes, Iris may have done that.
I'll call you later.
Yeah, I'll call you later. I just changed my phone number. Easy.
Really? Is that what you've done before?
There's a few
Big
numbers
nine,
under A for Aramis.
I've had the same number for like 25 years.
Oh, really?
I've never changed my number.
So one of your childhood sweethearts might ring you up
Yeah.
and say, is that you, Simone?
Yeah.
That's long term. You're a long term girl,
I
aren't
am.
you?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a commitment. You're a commitment phobe. I'm a commitment.
I wouldn't say it's a phobia, like, you know, people are scared of spiders and that's a phobia.
yeah, it's
I don't
not
think
a
I'm
phobia.
scared of commitment. I
Okay.
think it's just that, you know, it's never happened.
Anyway, we've got a new business for
Anyway,
you. so-
I am looking for the one. You've found the one.
Yeah. And you
I'm
are
the one.
You are the one.
So thank you for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. I hope it was good for you as it was for us.
Amen.
Thank you for staying with Bent TV. Please visit our website, Twitter, YouTube channel and Facebook to find the different ways you can support Bent TV, provide feedback and become involved in supporting Bent TV. Back after this break.
Hi, I'm Big Bear Mark, and this is the Bear Cave. With me today, as always, I have the wonderful Wonder Cub, Luke. Hey, Luke.
Say it like it's a bad thing. Always.
Always. You're always there.
That's all right.
At the end, we've got the lovely Nick Laws, who
Hello.
is the Vice President of Vic Bears. And at this end, we have the marvellous Brett Lasham, who is the co-owner of The Laird.
Hey.
Hey, guys. Today, we're going to be tackling a subject which is a bit touchy for the bear community, I think. We're going to be talking about inclusiveness. Now, the bear community grew out of a sense of being excluded, and so we were trying to be inclusive, and I think that was the bear ethos as we came in through the 80s and 90s. But there's been a lot of criticism lately that the bears have become a little bit exclusive, and maybe not everyone's welcome. What would you think about that, Luke?
You're right. I mean, I think it stems from, like you said, in the late 80s, early 90s, the bear movement was from people wanting to, they didn't fit in with anybody else, so let's become the bears kind of thing, and then we'll include everybody. But now bears become such a popular thing where we've now got our own community so tight that some people don't like it when others come in, you know, because we've got this tight bear community already. Why do we need other people who might not fit those standards and stereotypes that we keep talking about? So I think it's happening. It shouldn't be happening, but it is happening.
So, Nick, being part of the Vic Bears committee, what would you say about Vic Bears and inclusiveness? Because, I mean, there's a lot of people that may feel excluded, for example, women.
Yes, yeah. We'll get to women in just a little while with that, but just look from the point of view of inclusiveness. We try to go by the philosophy of welcoming everyone, particularly for the home, for the home of Vic Bears and social events and that sort of stuff like that. We're not sort of like defining anyone. I think we sort of like you mentioned before, body types or anything like that. It's just like whoever wants to come along can come along. But now, and particularly now, people are identifying with the bear groups, particularly, or it's being men. Traditionally with that sort of thing. That is beginning to change now. Of course, you're getting to things like bruins, and when you say bruins, it's some women that identify as bears.
And
so
that's really quite a new concept, isn't it, Bruin?
It's. I think it's been around for a little while.
Wow.
It's been around for a little
Locally
while.
new, I'd say. Yeah, locally.
Locally
it's
new.
Yeah.
And from my point of view, I mean, from a personal sort of point of view, it's just I think it's a great thing. It's just like everyone's sharing the mix of regardless of the genders or anything like that. It's sharing a philosophy, if you like, of inclusiveness and welcoming of all people. So
That's right. Now, Brett, the home of the Bears is the Laird.
Yes.
Let's face it. Now, there is an obvious question. You must have known this was
Yes.
going to come to you. The Laird is mainly a men-only space.
We're men only, we're not misogynist, yes.
You're not misogynist because you do have times when
days, yeah.
community days when women.
Yeah, we have about
come
4 a
in.
year where women are welcome to come and experience the lead, and they're great those days. It's really good to throw open the doors to that. As far as Vic Bears goes, I don't see any reason why if the Vic Bears, the members and the committee in general feel that it should be open to women and Bruins, that sort of thing. Certainly, it happens in Sydney. It happens in a lot of other cities. The bit where it gets hard is that the lead is the home of Vic Bears, so then, you know, if a lot of the events are there, then it's sure, come along and join our club, but you can't come to these events. So something would need to be worked around there to do that. Certainly, yeah, and yeah.
And I mean,
I think because there's no way anyone should be excluded if everybody feels that should happen. Then
because I mean, the lead is very open to transgendered people who male or female, female to male, I should say.
Female to male, yes.
Male,
yeah.
and,
as long as you identify as male, you're welcome at the lead.
Yeah, and it does revolve a bit around masculinity as well. Do you think masculinity, Luke, has a part in bear culture?
I think it does, and I think it's going back to those bear stereotypes as well, where you have to have those masculine elements. But I think the key thing with being inclusive is not just saying we're inclusive, but actually being inclusive. Like, they're very different things. When I first started coming out to bear events and stuff when I was 20 years old, I felt like I didn't fit in, and I was excluded to a point because everyone else that had been there for a while, kind of this old guard, this bear community that had been around for 20 years or so, I didn't feel like my opinions mattered because I was new in town, I was young, and they were kind of these old dogs that had gone through this all before. So I definitely felt like there was that different echelon of bear that I couldn't break through. It's unfortunate, though, that two people at one event can make that bad experience for you. And while the rest of the committee and everyone's being inclusive, you can get two people who make you not feel welcome, and therefore it just sets off this bad chain reaction for you. And
you've got to be careful not to just one bad experience means that everyone must therefore be on the same. And we could go into things like religions and perceptions of religion here and all sorts of different things, but one bad experience does not necessarily a group make. You know what I mean? From that sort of point of view.
And I never had like a bad experience. I still enjoyed myself at the lead and at the bear event I was at. It wasn't a problem. However, I did notice there was a divide, and I did sort of feel like, I'm not welcome in that particular clique, and I felt like I couldn't go and talk to those people because I wasn't worthy at the time. You know what I mean? And that's the perception. That can be reality for some people.
And this is not an uncommon story either. I mean, a lot of people do feel, and some of the times I feel like it's basically their own inability. And I don't want to label everyone like this, but they need to be able to socialise as well. Yeah. But the committee of Vic Bears definitely makes it very easy for people to come along, and you guys will introduce people to.
We try to, particularly for that. I mean, having experienced it yourself when we first sort of like moved to Melbourne, that sort of thing, sort of meeting new people, and it does take a moment to sort of like meeting new people. It does take a moment to introduce, and that's once you sort of like get past that sort of thing, introducing and meeting people, then certainly that's the case. If you're going to sit in the corner of the place and not actually talk to anyone, and then sort of wonder, why people aren't actually coming up to you or saying anything as well, that might be part of it as well. But certainly, introductions and showing people around, that can certainly help. And that's what we try to do on the committee, is certainly look out for that. Look out for people in the new. And
on that terms of masculinity, I mean, I know that the lead has been criticised sometimes for being a masculine only, or the form of
daddies, the leather daddies, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
hey, Dale.
It's a bit tired, that one. Yeah, we actually hear that sometimes, or you see it on Facebook comments. And if people could see how varied it was coming on a Wednesday trivia night or something like that, compared to the following night, which is a leather and fetish night. But there's so many younger guys getting into the fetish thing now, and so to be branded, it sort of gets a. Yeah, it can be a bit frustrating sometimes to hear that, but we have such varied events that we just say, if you don't just come along and see it a couple of times a week, then you'll see how varied it is. So,
exactly. So I think the story is come along, test it out. It might not be for everyone as well. Yeah. So it's come along and see.
Give it a go.
Give it a go. All right. I want to thank you guys for coming into the Bear Cave today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I'm Big Bear Mark. This has been the Bear Cave. Thanks for watching.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for watching. My name is Gavin Henderson. Please visit our website, YouTube channel, Facebook to keep in contact and support Bent TV.